You're listening to Diamondback Radio, the airsoft podcast that doesn't know the meaning of quit. Powered by Fujin Airsoft. British beef with Japanese flavor. Strap on those nods. Tie up those laces. And let's dive in. Diamondback Radio. What is happening, airsofters? Welcome back to Diamondback Radio. Slightly better now, so the headache's kind of easing off. Kind of getting a little bit more out of the bed and back into the fire. So here's some of the latest what's going on. Not a hell of a lot, if I'm honest with you. I'm just trying to fill in the radio silence. But in this edition, I'm going to probably take you down a little trip down memory lane, so stay tuned for that one. But yeah, for now, check this out.
Took a shot of silence in the dead of night. Your ghost lingers in the fading light. Every breath a whisper, every step a fight. Your love is a drug and I just got sober. Shaking like the wind but the storm ain't over. Drug and I just got sober. Fingers twitching for the warmth I knew. Empty bottles can't fill the hole you blew. Every shadow screams, but it ain't you. I thought I could quit, but I'm crawling back to it. Your love is a drug and I just got sober. Shaking like the wind, but the storm ain't over. Your love is a drug and I just got sober. The needle's gone, but the mark remains. Tracks of fire running through my veins. Cursed to remember, blessed to feel the change.
Load up. Lock in. Diamondback Radio. Welcome back, guys. Got a bit of good news, though. There's a very good chance I might actually get some music on here made by, drumroll please, real fucking people. So, yeah, stick around for that and we'll see how that goes. But like I said before, if you want any of your music putting on here, do reach out to me on downbackradio@hotmail.com and we'll get you on. But anyway, I think it's time for a quick review. Check it out. You remember the good old days, back when the internet was an honest and wholesome place. Remember a time before Bitcoin scams and influencers were just called douchebags? Diamondback Radio remembers. Diamondback Reviews, cutting through the bullshit, giving you some god-honest truth for once. Like the good old days. Okay guys, this week we'll be taking a look at the ASG Dan Wesson 8-inch revolver. Good old gun review for you. So I'm going to kind of alternate between gun and sight reviews. So this week, this is what we're looking at. So I picked this up at about full retail price, about £110. I got it from Patrol Base, if you wanted to know. And yeah, so kind of give you my sort of first impressions and kind of how it's held up over the year or two that I've been fielding it. I mean, first impressions, I mean, my God, it is fucking sex appeal in your hand. And like, even holding it right now, like, there's a lot of beef to it, a lot of weight to it. So you definitely know it's there. So included in the box, obviously, you get your 6 slugs that contains 1 BB each. You get a speed loader and the little Picatinny rail, which is not too difficult to put on. You've got to take off the rear sight and kind of like align it on. So I've just had it on there ever since because I can't be arsed taking it off. But I think it kind of looks nice and sleek and modern with it on. So, you know, it's entirely up to you if you want to stick it on. But, you know, that's just what I did with mine. Does take the CO2 gas bulbs, so gas economy is really good. Obviously, there's no recoil, so you've got to kind of add your own for effect. And yeah, it's not the most practical of pistols, grant you, because, like, let's be honest, you're not going to be buying this to get any decent hits in. You want it to fucking look good on the field. You know what I mean? This thing does turn heads whenever I pull this thing out. Giggity. And yeah, it's less of a tool and more of a statement piece. So when I did my Stag Do game before I got married, we had a little airsoft game at Northern Alliance, and I'm going through the buildings with this thing, and I was trying to get one of my buddies. He was kind of further up, so I thought, right, I'll try and get a sneaky pistol kill in, and he sort of turns right, so then I sort of covered the left corner as I go out, and who else should I see other than my brother-in-law to be? He looks at this thing and he goes, nah, I'm tapping out. So I didn't even need to pull the trigger. And yeah, it's like, it doesn't need to be fired. It just needs to be shown. And that's kind of all you need to do with it. I mean, practicality wise, I mean, I've been trying to test out different weights of this thing. Obviously, it comes with 0.2 BBs like any other replica on the market. It's just fairly standard, so you usually just throw those away. So yeah, I've tried it with 2s, tried it with 2 5s, tried it with 2 8s, and to be honest, I think 2 5s are kind of like the happy medium. I think anything heavier than that, it'll just sort of drop halfway through where you're trying to shoot. And obviously 2s, they just fly like Nerf darts, they just go everywhere. So yeah, I'd say definitely 2 5s, brilliant indoors, because obviously there's no wind to change anything. What I would consider, though, if you are wanting to use one of these semi-competitively, is obviously it's got the double action trigger. I always go for the single action because it just means that your trigger pull is going to be a lot smoother, and if you're trying to like fire off multiple rounds, obviously that first shot's going to be mint, but the second or third shot is going to drop because of the gas, so it needs a few seconds to kind of like re-prime itself, if you get me. But honest to God, just the emotional response of reloading this thing, especially mid-game, it just adds that extra little bit of like tension to the game. I mean, it's a major callback to Metal Gear, you know, like fucking Revolver Ocelot when he's like, oh, like this load-up time's exhilarating. But yeah, it's just, oh God, it's like, ugh. Love it. So the verdict is it worth buying? I mean, yeah, there are obviously better pistols on the market, and ones that will be a lot more heavier hitters, a lot more ammo capacity, easier to handle and stuff, a lot lighter. But to be honest, if you're looking for something that's more showy as opposed to shooty, then yeah, definitely pick one up. Even just to have in your collection, it's such a cool statement piece, like I said earlier. But yeah, if you're wanting to run probably competitively, I'd say definitely pick up something like a KWA or something like that. But yeah, that's my final verdict. Worth buying, but obviously have something else in your arsenal to back that up. I'd also definitely recommend getting a shoulder holster with it, because I have tried it with like a belt holster, and because it's such a large barrel, it does get stuck in the ground if you're sort of like me when you go prone crawling around and shit. So definitely have it in some kind of shoulder holster if you've got the capacity to run one. And yeah, it's just pretty cool bit of kit. Also, the speed loaders aren't that expensive. I mean, I picked some up for like less than a tenner. So yeah, I'd say definitely at least have 2 extra speed loaders and get the extra slugs. Get the power down slugs as well, because they always recommend that on site. So that obviously brings it down to the site legal limit for the FPS. So yeah, definitely get some more power down slugs, extra speed loaders, and some kind of shoulder holster rig if you can carry it. So overall impressions: full metal body, good gas economy, fucking pleasure to shoot, and just instant sex appeal, if that's your thing, if that rattles your snake. But anyway, more after these messages. You got a story that just needs telling? Send in your game day stories to diamondbackradio@hotmail.com. And remember, if you want to support us on Patreon, please give me some money. Live, laugh, light 'em up. Diamondback Radio. Alrighty, let's take that quick stroll down memory lane that I mentioned earlier on. So this is going way back to my nerfing career, if you want to call it that. So for those who don't know, probably a lot of you, because you know I am some fucking nobody, but back in the day, you know, like, nerfing was my thing. Competitive nerf, it actually exists, people. You know, I mean, it's more sort of either down south or Scotland. They're the 2 main sort of areas that have active people in the community. So what we tried to do was we tried to make our claim in the Northeast, kind of put the Northeast on the map for nerf as a whole. And it was successful for a while. Like I say, we used to use Northern Alliance for our game days and whatnot. And yeah, there's a whole rabbit hole of deep dive lore into that. So there's a fucking iceberg, let's put it that way. But the pinnacle of our time as like a squad was we got to host, we got to co-host even the Battle of Britnerf. So that was the big Nerf community, Britnerf. They have like a big Discord server and what have you, and they sort of like encompass the entire like country's worth of players. So we got a chance to have about 60 odd players, all from all over the country, and some from like fucking Denmark. You know, like they came all the way over from like Europe and places to, you know, just be here to play Nerf with us, and that was an absolute banger of a weekend. And yeah, we had a load of fun with it, overnight camping, and yeah, it just worked, you know, and it just made us feel like, yeah, we can do this. You know, we've made our mark on the hobby, and yeah, like all big stuff. I mean, we had 2020 was going to be our year. Like a lot of people were thinking, you know, oh yeah, this is going to be our year, and then you know, again, what's this, COVID-19? Oh shit. So yeah, from that point on, that was kind of downhill for us. But yeah, we did things like that, and we got a chance to go to the very first Foam Fest. Big shout out to Big Owl and the Monkeytron guys, because yeah, what they're doing is fucking brilliant. So we had our firing range there, and you know, like it was kind of our chance to again kind of like get our name out there, and you know, it worked for a while, but yeah, just slowly one by one, the lads, they just kind of dropped off the planet to do airsoft. And I thought, well, if you can't beat them, join them. And I'm glad that I did, because as much as I do miss nerfing, like, I just didn't get a chance to do it because we were the only ones that were running events, and then got to the point where we were barely running anything at all. And yeah, I had all this gear and it was just picking up dust. And I thought I need to try and sell it off before it becomes redundant, because I know with airsoft, like, there are some guns that are like 5-6 year old and they're still decent, they're still good heavy hitters. And with Nerf, it seems every year there's something new that's come out. Like, some guys design this new blaster and the old ones just become like redundant. And with a lot of my gear, it was like I was trying to sell them on and they were like, oh, well, like, this is like 5-year-old now, mate, like, maybe, like, half price it again. And I'm like, all right, okay, but I need to try and break even somehow, because price wise at the start it was really fucking good, because you could just buy any like bog standard out of the box Nerf blaster for 20 quid and just buy some mod parts and modify it all up so it kind of gets them heavy hits in, and then get to the point where there's all these prefabs and out of the box competitive ones that are like 140 FPS, which is pretty like good for like an entry level competitive Nerf. I know airsoft we're talking like up to 300 FPS, so like, yeah, like the scaling is a bit out there, but as far as Nerf goes, anything between 140 and 200 is considered really, really good. And those prices, I mean, the last one I bought, it was the Worker Harrier. So Worker, they're one of the Chinese companies that were, I mean, they are pumping out some really good stuff now. Like, it's all your injection molded plastics and things like that. And the Harrier, I mean, I didn't need to put anything else on that thing, because think of it as like an Airsoft M4 with all the pick rails. So there was plenty of Picatinny rails. It was like a pump action type of thing, and it came with 2 barrels and 2 springs. So you had like a lower and a higher power spring and 2 different lengths of barrel. And with the extra like length barrel and the higher spring, I didn't need to do anything else to that blaster. Like, it was just under that 200 FPS limit that we needed to run, and I was happy with that. And I had another Worker. It was the, what's it fucking called now? The Nightingale. That's it. I had to fucking look that one up. So yeah, that was like a little flywheeler type thing, like magazine fed, and that's all I needed to run. I thought, right, well, I've completed Nerf now. Where do I go from here? But yeah, I mean, price wise for them, I mean, oh god, how much did I spend on the Harrier? About 160, something like that. And for that price, I could get an airsoft replica for maybe just slightly cheaper, and it delivers the heavy hits, and you can just take that to any airsoft game and that'll run totally fine. I mean, there's some with even MOSFETs in them. It's like, got to that point where, do I hold on to this stuff that I can't use, whereas I could just sell that on while it's still got its value, and then just make the switch to airsoft. And because when we were organising events, we were the only ones that were doing it. So if I missed one of those game days, I had to wait another month or 2 before the next one. And the beautiful thing with airsoft is, where I live, there's at least 6 different sites within 40-minute drive that I can get to any weekend. Like, so if I am working one weekend, which I usually am, and I'm like, oh, well, I've got like next Sunday free because, like, for some miraculous miracle, I am like available, then yeah, I can just hop on to whatever walk-on game there is. And yeah, I have no, like, I don't feel bad about missing a game day now, because I know that there's another one right round the corner. I mean, yeah, I do regret leaving Nerf, but at the time, it wasn't doing anything for me, and there were a few people that made me want to quit. Like, the vast majority of players were fucking brilliant, but there was just 1 or 2 guys, they know who they are, and yeah, they just ruined it. They kind of made it a bit too niche, too elite, because this is the thing with the hobby as small as that. If you want to make it even more smaller and more like close knit, then it's going to go nowhere, and it kind of ruins it for everybody else. Anyway, before I go rambling on again, let's check out some more music.
Backs to the wall, no space to breathe. Empty bottle, hollowed sleeve. Can't remember what I believe. Feet on fire, but the ground is cold. Every step feels twice as old. Worn-out dreams, no hand to hold. The only way is up. Yeah, the only way is up. When you're down so low, got nowhere else to go. The only way is up. Shadows creep in the dead of night. No one left to share the fight. Every spark snuffed out of sight. Crawling through the mud and grime, counting scars and killing time. Every road a steep incline. The only way is up. Yeah, the only way is up. When you're down so low, got nowhere else to go. The only way is up. But I'm still here, still breathing. Still here, still bleeding. The only way is up. Yeah, the only way is up. When you're down so low, got nowhere else to go. The only way is up. 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 The only way is up.
Anyway, guys, gonna cut it real short for this one, but yeah, thanks for sticking with me, guys. Thanks for all the subscribes. I know it's not many, but it all helps, and it helps me feel like I'm doing something right. So thanks to you guys, and catch you later on. Peace. Thanks for tuning in to Diamondback Radio. We'll catch you on the next one.